Hey guys, it's food for thought. This is Eddie. It's 20 past 6 in the morning. See tents in the background, camping. And I've been asked to do a review of a really cool piece of kit. It's let me show you, the Happy Camper 2-in-1 LED ceiling fan. And I thought, why not? So I'll come back and I'll tell you what I think. See you in a second. Hey guys, so welcome back. I have got this cool little lantern being sent to me. And it's called the Happy Camper. You saw the box. I got cheap batteries. I wanted to see what it was like with cheaper batteries first, and I'm going to get another set. Cheap Panasonic, dollar store Panasonic. It says supercharger, but it's, you know, like $1.25 for 2 D cells, so it's not the best in the world. But it lasted 2 nights, and it's still bright sunshine. At first I was thinking, why is there a circle? Because, you know, but it's omnidirectional. You hang that up as a light, and it really does put out a good beam of light in all directions. For a tent, this is definitely for a tent. Would I carry this as my backpacking flat top, light source and stuff? Nah. I'd be carrying a headlamp and stuff, you know, if I'm just gonna be backpacking by myself. Just put up my my tarp and my hammock. Would I carry it at that point? No, I would not. It's not heavy, not by any stretch of the imagination. It's actually really quite light. The batteries probably, you know, put a bit of weight in it, but it's a light plastic, but it's actually a very strong plastic. If you see the thickness of the handles and stuff, it's actually a really thick plastic. So, you know, the housing there for the, and this actually moves around, so you can put this, it actually has rubber stoppers there, so you can actually, if you want, you can put that down and have it as a fan on a table, and any sort of direction that you want. So the fan moves, and then the handle moves at the side, so it can be in all sorts of whatever direction you've got hanging up on tables, or, you know, when you're eating. There's the hook is actually in there, so all you got to do is push that, and as you see, look at, you know, and it is a thick piece of plastic, so it's not cheap. It's gonna be able to hang that up, and that won't break. This is a good piece of kit, in respect of it's well made. Two different, very simple, two switches on the sides, for the light and for the fan. Fan is just on off, so it's 18 light bulbs. As I said, it's omnidirectional, puts out a good beam, and then you've got 2 speeds for the fan. You can see the fan working there, and although it's, I don't know, it's maybe about 6 inches across, a bit more than that, I'm not sure actually, yeah, but it's 6.25 I think it was. You can see inside there that the fan is only about 4 inches, so about 2-inch blades. So I think it would have been better if the blades were, I can see in there, I think it would have given us more airflow if the fan blades were a little more, about ½ inch extra. That extra inch of fan blade would have, my opinion, would have been better. It's a really small blade, but it moves the air around in the tent. That's all you need. It doesn't really need to be, you know, blowing in your face. The girls my workmates who are in the tent behind. I gave it to them for testing it out, see how it felt, how it worked at nighttime, and they said it worked great. So moved the air around in the tent. It's been warm at nighttime. All the tents have got just the fly sheets open just now because it's warm and moist and sticky and stuff. So they said that air being moved around, and this morning we had a light fog come in, so we've had no air movement. It's just been dead air around here today. So this has moved the air around in the tent really well, so they'll be really impressed with that. The light lit up the whole footprint of the tent. That's all it needed to do, so it did its job. So a good little piece of kit. It didn't quite. I bought cheap batteries, Panasonic batteries from the dollar store. It has lasted 2 days, and you can see it's still working. Not sure if those batteries would last. What it says it was on the box, it said the light is 37 hours. Obviously the light has not been used. What has been used is the fan. Light has been used for maybe an hour, both days. It hasn't been used much. I am going to test it over. I'm going to actually put it in the rabbitry and actually see if it's going to move the air around in the rabbitry and put some light. I can easily hang this up in the rabbitry as supplemental light source. Nice easy lamp. So 37 hours from the light from one set of batteries, 50 hours on low speed, 30 hours on high speed from one set of batteries. As I said, I used the cheap Panasonics, and they've been working for about 16 hours now. So about not as and that was on high. So about half, and it still works, but it's not putting out it has slowed down comparing what it was. And that says 16 hours of light and the fan at low speed. So I think a little bit more testing will be done to see what kind of batteries, because I think maybe even getting a set of rechargeable batteries for this would be a good idea. But overall, I think this is a great piece of kit. As I said, well made, bulletproof. You can see the thickness of the piece. It's not cheap, tiny little thin. It's good, chunky. If you want something thinner and lighter, but I like a little bit more bulletproof. This is going to get bashed around, thrown into the back of your trailer or camper or whatever. So it's going to need to be bump proof as such. So nice piece of kit. So all in all, yeah, I give my thumbs up to this. And this isn't, I told the people who were sending it to me it'd be an honest review, and I like this. I like this a lot, actually. The only thing, as I said, is the fan blade size. I would like you to see it an extra inch. That would be a bit better of a design. But overall, for a tent or a trailer or something like that, for going family camping, yeah, I don't think you can beat this. I think this is a really nice piece of kit. So that's my opinion, my food for thought, and I hope you don't mind me putting up a review. Thanks very much, guys. I've got the link down here is below for the details of the lamp and where you can get it and whatever, if you want to get it. So take care. Eddie, food for thought. Bye for now.